Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. Here's your jumbo lunchbox. Whoa, a triple-decker. Out of the defense's to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Weak. Let's hear about his decisive evidence. Like the lunch lady motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should mention those 5 minutes where I was looking at the scene of the crime. And now, the victim's shoe? How did... That means she stole evidence! This proves it's flawless, decisive evidence. Well, what? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. This is taking poly whatever to a whole new level. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can prosecute official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution complaints notwithstanding, it appears that evidence suffices the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Ooh. No. No. How do you know this is decisive evidence? Maybe I bled on it. Or maybe I got ketchup on it. I can't let this evidence go without a fight. You're the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your clients, she's in a lot of hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'm giving you peppered fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What's contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the evidence. Wait, how? I wonder if you notice, there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood at the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. Makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Let's take a look at crime photo, genius. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so where could have been the bloody footprints? Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we've checked the scene and found nothing of the sorts. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true the lack of footprints is a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why wasn't there footprints? Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more dubious than I give her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over the oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly, a predator this one, a leopard woman, rawr. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed detective to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, I'm not sure you like your I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though, apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the sandwich factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? H2O. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the real reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes. The suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstain that would have become evidence against her. Ugh! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstain left on the victim's shoe ties her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it, but... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor? Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. The court finds the defendant, Lana Sky... Little girl. What did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well? I thought you'd had your fill, but there are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberation is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. I said the cough-up cream. Look at this. A photograph. I had it in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no reason for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. this is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdict in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the one last submitted. The trial isn't over until we've given each piece of evidence proper consideration. So right, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem. Missing. Wait, what's that right there?
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photo. A muffler is also part on your car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the car's muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say on his mind. Tell us, why do you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case? Phone call?
Take that!
Miss Starr, do you recall your testimony for the court? Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my early testimony. Muffler? Yow! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, whoa! Ow! Damn. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the court. Have the car at the scene of the crime inspected once more and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will be adjourned for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry. I mean, he never ate a sandwich. Whew. We made it.